Padre Island National Seashore is one of the last undeveloped shorelines in the world. And like other beaches in Texas, it's also considered public highways, as long as you obey the traffic laws and yield to wildlife. And today, that means a coyote.
Wow. Now, coyotes are scavengers by nature.
They'll eat almost anything. Rabbits, rodents, insects, even garbage.
Now, that's something for us to keep in mind while we're camping tonight. He looks cute and cuddly from a distance, but up close, I don't want him digging into our stuff.
Padre Island is also where all 5 sea turtle species that live in the Gulf of Mexico are known to nest. That includes the Kemps Ridley. Kemps Ridleys are the smallest species of sea turtles in the world, and they're the most endangered.
They may be the smallest, but these guys still get to be over 100 pounds.
We're meeting up with Dr. Donna Shaver.
This is kind of like the island of the turtles, huh?
We have more Kemps Ridley sea turtles that nest at Padre Island National Seashore than at any other beach in the United States.
Wow. More than half of all Kemps Ridley sea turtles in the world nest here in the park. Although they often travel hundreds of miles a year, female sea turtles return to the same beach where they were hatched to lay their own eggs.
So what makes Padre Island such a sanctuary for them?
We protect the nesting turtles, we protect the eggs, and protect the hatchlings during release, as well as trying to learn more about the biology of the animals to help protect them in the wild.
Kemps Ridley sea turtles are in trouble because both humans and animals harvest their eggs to eat, and their nesting grounds are being destroyed. Unlike other sea turtles who come ashore at night, Kemps Ridley deposit eggs during the daytime, so they're easier to spot.
When a turtle lays a clutch of eggs, Dr. Shaver and her team carefully collect those eggs and protect them during their roughly 50-day incubation period. We've been invited into the nursery and have to keep our voices down so we don't wake the babies.
We're going to be going into the incubation facility and we're going to be speaking in hushed tones because the eggs become sensitive to sound and we don't want them to go into the frenzy early.
A frenzy is when the entire clutch of hatchlings goes into hyperdrive, breaks open their eggs, and starts the perilous journey from the nest to the surf. As soon as that starts, the park must release them.
How many eggs total are there?
Each clutch contains about 97, and we have about 90 clutches. It is thousands of eggs.
Due to natural predators, fewer than 1% of all sea turtle hatchlings will become adults. Only about 100 of these eggs will survive.
It's really hot in here. The temperature of the eggs midway through their development determines the sex of the turtles. The higher the temperature of the sand, the more likely females will be hatched.
The females are the egg layers, so we want to produce a predominance of females, so that happens at higher temperatures, so it's very warm in here.
Next, the hatching room, where we have to wear a special red light to avoid startling the hatchlings.
Hatching is a very slow process, and as you can see, they're not active now.
The hatchlings become active 1 to 3 days after emerging from their shells. They're a few inches long and weigh just half an ounce. It takes them 10 to 12 years to grow to their full size of 2 feet across in shell length and 100 pounds.
Thank you so much for that. That was really kind of an incredible experience to be able to see that process.
I was expecting maybe to see some eggs, but to actually see them up on the surface, just waiting to finally get in that mode and head out, is just very cool.
The park releases the hatchlings quite often during the season, and we do not want to miss that. So we've got the turtle hotline number plugged into our phones. Now we're looking for the perfect spot to call home for the night.
This is incredible. How many places do you get to drive your car up on the beach and then just set up camp?
Very few.
We're gonna be listening to the sweet sounds of the Gulf of Mexico tonight.
It's early morning on Padre Island National Seashore, and we just learned some hatchlings are about to be released.
No one can predict when a clutch of baby turtles will go into frenzy and start struggling to get out of the nest. So when it happens, word spreads quickly.
Okay, and they're actually letting a couple of these guys out. They're tiny little guys. I mean, they're like that big. Wow.
Big crowds and wildlife don't usually mix, but in this case, all the people and all the streamers and flags are protecting the baby turtles from natural predators, like the birds and crabs, giving them their best chance to make it into the Gulf.
Wow. And it's amazing that when they come out of there, they naturally know to just head straight for the water.
The rangers are releasing them high up here on the beach for a couple of different reasons.
What it does is it creates an imprint on them to come back to this island to lay their eggs.
When they reach maturity in about 10 years, the female turtles will return to this very beach, while the males will stay out in deeper waters where the best food options are.
I can imagine these guys have a pretty rough first journey. Not only do they have to cross the sand, but once they get in there, I'm sure they're just getting tossed and turned.
Exactly. So what happens is, once they get to the water, the waves will come in, they will go out, and it's really hard. You know, when they actually are about to hatch, there's a little bag of yolk, a little bit of extra yolk, to actually give them the extra energy to get through those waves.
Wow. Gotta be tough to be a sea turtle.
We're watching 136 of the most endangered sea turtles on Earth take their first steps into the sea.
So to get to see some of these guys start their lives and their journey out is nothing short of spectacular.
These national parks, sanctuary for these animals and also for us.
So amazing.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave any questions or comments that you have.
And please subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more to come.